Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's Gertrude here, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about fear of visibility. Fear of visibility. And let me start by asking you a couple of questions around this theme. Do you find it difficult to make yourself visible, consciously or maybe unconsciously? Are you scared to let the world see who you are? What you have to offer, and to let those that you serve know that you're here. If your answer is yes, then know that you are not alone, because having fear of being visible is one of the most common fears I hear from my clients. And it's huge for many of us. And it can be really life-changing if you can heal, the wounding that's underneath this fear. Um, and for me, I belong to the fear tribe, myself as well. And it's been quite a journey. And as I said last time in my Facebook Live, that being introverted, being perfectionist, being highly sensitive, there was always so much shame, so much never good enough, and a feeling of being unsafe around making myself visible. And a lot of times this is the example that we've had, from growing up. My parents, for example, were quite or they still are. They are quite introverted, and they're not very comfortable being in the spotlight. So, and that shame, that they have is very much in my genes as well, right? So, what happened was, when I launched my first coaching business about 14 years ago, I only worked with clients one-on-one, because that was, very safe for me. No groups, that was too scary. And, I could just imagine all those eyes on me, oh my gosh, there was no way I would expose myself to that, right? And, and then I also remember my first newsletter that I was sending out, really anxiously waiting for all the comments to come in, of course, expecting the worst. And the next thing was that social media came along. And that was quite another stretch, having, or not having to, but I sort of felt obligated to share personal stuff, to share pictures of myself. And then, a few years ago, the popularity of videos, Instagram stories, Facebook Lives started to grow. And for me, that was like a nightmare, because I had a lot of FOMO going on, a lot of fear of missing out, because everybody out there was showing themselves to the world and I wasn't, right? Um, but this fear, of course, didn't start with my business, right? It wasn't a new one for me, because back in my corporate days, a long time ago, I remember dreading giving presentations, or having to speak up in meetings, making myself seen, whenever opportunities came around. And the result was that I was never the one getting that cool project, or getting that promotion that I dreamed of, because I was not the assertive one. I was never the one who said, pick me. And I'm laughing now, but that really hurt, that really hurt. And it hurt to know that my fear of making myself seen and heard was also one of the main reasons why I wasn't as successful as I could be. Before as a corporate professional, and later as an entrepreneur. And it also hurt when I saw everyone, doing their videos on social media as if, as if it was the most natural thing, like brushing their teeth or putting their makeup on. And it was so painful, because deep down, I also wanted that. I also wanted to be seen and to be heard, and to have people follow me because of my cool videos, having everyone flock to my weekly lives. And, to really make that difference that I felt I am here to make. And most of all, to be able to show myself to the world with so much ease and authenticity. But really, I was too afraid. I was too afraid to be judged and to be criticized. What if I stumbled over my words, or if my English wasn't correct? What if I forgot what I wanted to say in the first place? If what if no one would watch, or maybe even worse, leave after 1 or 2 minutes? Um, what if people wouldn't like me? What if making myself visible would actually hurt my business? I was really afraid of that. So let's be honest here. Putting ourselves out there is a daunting thing for many of us, for so many of us. And it is a big thing, it is a big deal. And I really don't want, anyone to minimize or to downplay this, because I know I'm not the only one, right? So let me know if this is you as well. I really, encourage you to let me know, to let us know, so we can support you too. And I've had so many people tell me to just go do it, right? Just, sit in front of that camera, just hit play, and it'll feel natural in no time, just practice. And yes, that is true. And that is true. I do believe that. But, it's really good to be taking repeated small acts of courage, as I call them, that does help us get over our fears. But the other side is that we don't want to just force ourselves, without acknowledging this fear and these wounded parts in us, because all these scary things did happen to us before, to many of us. You know, maybe it was mom or dad telling you to tone it down, when you were just, being happy and silly, you know, or maybe you had a teacher, making, sort of an innocent joke when you raised your hand in class and everybody was laughing at you, all the kids were laughing. How painful was that? How vivid the memories, maybe still after 30, 40, 50 years, you still remember them, right? I know I do, almost as if it was yesterday. Yeah, so one of my earliest memories is from kindergarten. I remember it was my birthday. I think it was my fourth birthday, and I was so excited. I was so bubbly and happy, the way little kids should be on their birthday. And I had a teacher, and she wasn't too happy with my excitement, right? She wasn't too amused with it. And she reprimanded me for being too loud. And so what happened was I was put in the hallway with my desk and my chair. So it wasn't just a 2-minute thing. I was just actually being put there. And there I was in this cold, drafty, empty hallway all by myself, banned from my own birthday party at school. So I probably don't have to tell you how I felt, and that this was one of many experiences where I was shown, that it wasn't okay for me to be my authentic self, to show my extroverted side, to be in the spotlight. And we all have our stories. We all have our stories around this. So what is one of your memories around this theme? Let us know. Let me know in the comments, and I'd love to read yours. I'm really interested how you experienced this, probably in your childhood or maybe later. And let's give each other compassion for our unique stories. For the heartbreak we've probably all had, one way or another, around being seen, about being visible, about being heard. And I also want to encourage you to please give each other's post a virtual heart or a hug or a comment, to let every woman watching this know that they're being seen and supported, because that's what we all need. And I will also come back after I finish the video to be supportive in your stories, in your experiences. So the fears of making ourselves seen are very real, and we all have our scar tissue. So what I want to do is do a bit of energy clearing to release some of that old wounding. So many of you probably all know how it works, but if not, if you're new to my work, you can start by making yourself comfortable, placing your feet on the floor, and maybe you want to close your eyes. And if you're comfortable, take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, letting go of any tension, any stress, any worry. And another deep breath in. And relaxing your body on the exhale. Very good. So we're using self-directed compassion, and we're sending compassion from our expanded highest self to our wounded parts. And we do this by setting the intention to send lots of love from our heart and from our solar plexus to our whole being, to all parts and all versions of us. And repeat the following "I'm so sorry" phrases out loud and literally after me. Here we go. I'm so sorry you're afraid to be seen. I'm so sorry you don't dare to step out of your comfort zone. I'm so sorry your fear is stronger than your longing. I'm so sorry it's not safe to show yourself to the world. I'm so sorry you can't show your darker parts, but neither can you show your light. I'm so sorry bad things will happen when they see your shadow sides. I'm so sorry bad things will happen when they see all of you. I'm so sorry bad things will happen. Sorry. I'm so sorry bad things did happen when they saw the real you. I'm so sorry your visibility gave you power, and power brought responsibilities. I'm so sorry stepping into your power cost you dearly. I'm so sorry they crushed you when you took that risk. I'm so sorry you vowed to never let that happen again. I'm so sorry you're hiding yourself and your true potential. I'm so sorry it's so sad to keep your beautiful gifts under lock and key. I'm so sorry you're hiding and suffering. So just again, take a nice deep breath and let it all go on the out breath. In the meantime, I'm gonna check, see if there's Any comments? So let's see how you're feeling. How's your body responding to these clearing phrases? Maybe something came up for you. Maybe memories, maybe thoughts or emotions. So next to all our own experiences with being seen and heard in this lifetime, many of us, especially if you're a change maker, light worker, coaches, you're a coach, maybe you're a therapist, a healer, naturopath, and anything, related to that. We may have had other souls experiences of being cast out, being ostracized, persecuted, hurt, or even killed. And we may also carry ancestral baggage around this theme, emotional inheritance, where we come from a line of, maybe light workers in times where this was seen as wrong or maybe evil. So it's no wonder that we have fear around being targeted one way or another. And, all those experiences, whether in our own lifetime or, inherited or from, other souls' experiences, the energy we still carry in ourselves, the energy of those experiences, we still carry them in ourselves, in our DNA, in our body, in our system. And we want to resolve that so we can be and feel free to be who we essentially are. And, to be able to show ourselves to the world with all our perfect imperfections, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And it's a journey. And, I'm really, as I explained in my last video, this has been such a struggle for me. And I'm so, feel so good to finally be able to, to be able to do this, to show myself and, to have healed a lot of those wounds inside of me. So, to let you know, I will be hosting a clearing call on the fear of visibility in a few weeks' time, probably beginning of April. I haven't set the date yet. So if this theme resonates with you, I'd really encourage you to keep an eye out for that later this month when I'll announce the date and the specifics. So make sure you're subscribed to my mailing list, so that you will receive the invitation for that one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please check out my website, soulfulbusinesswoman.com. And there you can, download my free gift, and then you'll automatically be subscribed to the notifications, the emails. So, all right, let me see if there's anything happening in the comments. And if you're watching this later on in the replay, feel free to comment and I will get back to you. I really love for you to share. We'd love to hear from you and support you with your struggles with the fear of visibility. And for now, thank you for watching and participating, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you next time around. Bye.